Hi guys, it's Sarah bringing you another episode of Northwoods Stitcher. I have to ask for apologies ahead of time. I'm a little green today. I was pretty feeling sick yesterday, so I'm still not right in the head. And you know how you get kind of foggy and forgetful? Well, it took me a hot minute to figure out which button was a video button and which was a picture button just now. I'm a little sweaty, but we can do this. I have a written list today to keep me on track because I'm a little scattered. But I have some wonderful things to show you. And I think I wanted to start out with a tip because I recently discovered something that I hadn't done before, and probably some of you are already doing it. I have an iPad. So what I use is a pillow tablet holder. Maybe you have seen some of these. This one's called Pillow Pad. And it has a lot of different angles. So this would sit on your lap or on a table or on your bed next to you, and you could have it standing up a little more upright, even more upright, more to relax slant. You see how that works? And it's got a little divot here. I found that this was perfect for my lap to hold my Mill Hill chart when I was stitching on my pumpkin. It was really handy. I'm going to show you the pumpkin in a next segment of this video and try to figure out how to set up this stand again to show you how I'm adding the beads, because I am adding beads and I'm excited about it. But this was really useful because it is a fabric back. Things aren't sliding around on it, and it was very helpful to have this on my lap while I'm stitching. I'm looking at the TV. I don't know why I haven't used it before. And you can get these sometimes in stores for around $9.99 on sale. Maybe even this January, there'll be a plethora of them somewhere. I would check maybe some of the Five Below, $5 store, maybe the Dollar General. But you can get them online for just under $15 if you look hard enough. I wouldn't pay more than $15. I think this was probably $12 a couple of years ago. And I find it very useful. And you can get them in different colors. A little avalanche happened. Ooh. I had a really busy weekend last weekend, so I think I might have picked something up that's trying to take hold of my head. And I feel a little tingly right now. I did manage to go to a Tria Festival gathering where they decorate trees and you buy little tickets to make a bid on which one you like. If you win the entire tree, all the decorations and everything under it. And the money raised goes to a good cause. This was done by a local Elks Lodge, and I really had a great time there. But there were a lot of people, so maybe I got exposed to something. I did go to a Goodwill, but that was about the extent of my traveling. At Goodwill, I found a type of rolling pin. It's a $2, actually useful, wash only with water rolling pin to make little indentations in some of your dough. What I would do is roll out the cookie dough. I would roll this over the cookie to make a design and then punch out a shape, a square or a circle. I think these would make precious little butter cookies or even sugar cookies with a very light decoration on them. This I actually just picked up. It was $2. I'm going to put it in probably one of my dough bowls to decorate. Poor little bow's a little tired, so I have to give it some life. But what a precious little thing. Maybe I'm going to be in a total rolling pin mode. I don't know. I can't thank you guys enough for sending me all these ideas of what I should do with my rolling pin that I found at the dump a couple weeks ago. I'm really excited about it. And I feel like I'm almost waiting for some more rolling pins to come across in my travels because there's so many ideas. And I find my ideas are going to be to do a multitude of them. And Campbell from Stitch Therapy gave me a really good idea to hang my rolling pin long. It's going to take me a while to find words today. Hang it long, but stitch 4 seasons on it so I can rotate spring, summer, and fall, which I absolutely love that idea, especially if I do maybe a tree. So the same type of tree design and do it in the 4 seasons. So the possibilities are just bouncing around in my head. Also at Goodwill, I found a $2, very nice, antiquated looking, beautifully kept, clean Christmas box. And I do have those little, I can't remember what they're called, silica packets for keeping things dry. I ordered a bunch off of Amazon, so I'll just pop it in there for storage, or maybe I'll use it this year. A nice decorative bow that can be also reused. I can just tie it up with a cute little bow, one of my handmade tags, and I'm done. And I think this is definitely going to be the way I'm going. More and more, and less wrapping paper. We should do the rest of the Christmas binder today. Oh, and I also wanted to share with you, thank you guys too for doing a shout out in your comments for my husband's birthday. I can now show you what I stitched him, but I have to warn you, it is not anybody's cup of tea. This is a private joke that he and I have. It is a cross-stitch chart that I took other ideas from to put this together. I had originally done this for a friend of mine for Christmas who absolutely squealed when he opened it. We like horror movie and murder mysteries and zombie genre stuff. So this cross stitch actually is a well-known phrase from the Silence of the Lamb. Silence of the Lambs. And he always wanted me to do one for him. I put it together so quickly I can see the little bubbles in here. It does need to be ironed. It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again, which is something that in the movie Silence of the Lambs, the bad guy is saying to somebody that he's captured, and he's put in a hole and he's lowering down a bucket of lotion so she can moisturize her skin because he has some nefarious ideas of what he's going to do with her skin. That's all I need to say. Anyway, my husband was very pleased to open this up. I told him I lost the chart. This was probably first done 10 years ago. So to get this done, I stitched it up here in secrecy. And then I got this wonderful $2 chart at Goodwill, and it fit perfectly because when I did this chart, I didn't do it according to any kind of pre-calculated measuring. I should have made it an 8 by 10. So this barely fits in whatever size this is. That is actually a death head moth, which is a type of moth. That is also in the movie Silence of the Lambs. It's a type of clue or signature that's left behind. The serial killer leaves it behind. So that was my creation of a death head moth. So it was fun to finally gift him. He's been asking me to do the video so I could show it so he can hang it. But we get a giggle when we look at it. It was one of those movies that took us a long time to watch like this. Now we can watch it and not squirm. You get desensitized to it. I think he wants to put it up in the bedroom. I don't really know how that's going to go with the decor in there. We'll see. I have some happy mail I wanted to show you. And along with my happy mail comes with some happy news. I bought some charts from the crafty Grimalkin. I will hold up the spelling of her website. So she is, she's got a fantastic website that just keeps getting bigger and bigger every time I'm on there. Ah, here it is. Let me show you the best way to do it. So the Crafty Grimalkin, a cross-stitch store. So it's Grimalkin. She's got some great stuff, and it's not just charts. It's floss, it's fabric, it's accessories, it's project bags. It's everything. So the good news is that she's going to have a brick and mortar store in Maine. And I think the opening is planned for January. I'm okay to announce this because I did see she posted it on Facebook, so I'm really excited about that. I don't have any details other than that. I am so excited for her, and I have offered to be her slave for whatever she needs me for, hanging floss, putting together shelves, and Teresa, you know you can call me. I have the time, so I would love to help her get organized and feel comfortable in the new space and feel organized. I think that's a great feeling to give to somebody. So I'll keep my mouth shut. You tell me where to go, what to do, and I'll do it. But I purchased some stuff off of her website. I had to get the new 2023 Santa. I can't believe I didn't have it. So this was put out in 2023, Snowy Night. I think this is fantastic on a dark brown Ada. I'll probably do it on a Lugana too. But I'm really happy to have that. I love the candy canes in the belt. It does seem to be a little too dark when I hold it up, but there is some clear definition between the red suit and the black gloves. And it might be an opportunity for me to add maybe a strand of shiny or glittery Krynic, or maybe an opalescent to the snowflakes, because I really like how that design came out, and it looks like he's holding out his glove to catch a snowflake. So that was one, but wait, there's more. Then I got by Primrose Cottage, Christmas trees and stitching, please. I'm excited to do this one for either a tier that I'm going to put out or a dough bowl. It's just adorable, and there's so many things you can do with it. I can do just Christmas trees and maybe put some trees underneath it. I can take sections of it, do the entire thing. The scissors are a great thing that I'm actually looking at and considering if I do it on a smaller count. This would look good on a spool with some of these little buttons. So it's a color chart, which I'm not partial to, but it only calls for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 different threads in here. It's all DMC listed. And what's so great about this chart is it's also written in the chart, finishing tutorials available on YouTube under Primrose Cottage Quilt Stitches. Who knew? I haven't been there yet, so this is another YouTube rabbit hole that I'm going to go down. I don't know if you guys want to join me. So that's Primrose Cottage's Quilts Stitches. I guess that's what I'll Google in YouTube. So just a sweet little pom-pom finish. It would look cute with rickrack. I've got some great fabrics to use on the back of that. So this is really going to be a fun stitch. And then, of course, I had to get, this is by The Elegant Thread. Shout out to Angel. She's the designer and the owner of this business. Maine, My Happy Place. I've seen a lot of people stitch this. I think this finish is absolutely perfect. The pom-poms on one side with just the kiss or hint of fabric that's used on the back side. The bow's an added bonus. Again, this is something that I can do so many things with. I can keep it out year round. I can decorate it a bit for Christmas. This will look really cute next to my blueberry stitches. I'm just so excited to finally have this. And this is all on the Crafty Grimalkin. Such a nice, sweet little stitch. So, more things to put away, more things to dream about. I can't say I had any energy yesterday to pick up stitching, although I did try. It just didn't work. My head was... I do have... I think I showed you guys. I purchased some fabric bundles in one of my travels. So I've got a total of 4 different fabric bundles, 4 different fabrics in the bundle. And I've been playing with them. So I took them apart. I got out some 3-inch and 4-inch hoops. and this is what I'm creating. So it's really just fabric and then a strip of something that was called, I think it was chalkboard fabric. So the opposite side of this is a green. Let me grab it for you, I'll show it to you. What exactly this is not so important, but it has like this matted, it looks like a writable chalkboard surface. The inside is almost like a canvas. Now, there's no reason why you couldn't take another type of fabric that had that type of rough backing to it to use for stamping out or even drawing with a marker your little notes. So I thought I would do peace, joy, and love. I have little stamp sets that I'm using currently with a permanent ink, and I really like how they came out. I put a little, it's a holly garland that I have. It has beads in it. I chose these sections that didn't have any beads. I really wish that I could fray the edges of that strip that the word is on, so I might look for another piece. I didn't glue down that section, but I did in this bigger piece because there was more surface area. So I did put a strip of glue down. I'm going to decorate this probably with a little red bow and maybe a little red hanger. These will be tossed into some of my boxes that are going abroad or out of state with Christmas presents in them because I think they're really cute. So 3-inch, 4-inch hoops if you have them around, or even some of those little plastic hoops that come in those cheap little kits that you're not too crazy about. I think that would be really cute to doctor them up like that. You see how this one has little berries in the vine? I just used, I didn't glue the fabric in the hoop. I just tightened it up when I set it. But I did glue down this wired holly with some E6000 and then clamped it and left it alone because it takes a while for that stuff to set and get together. So I have a couple of others waiting in the wings here. I've got another naked piece and a naked joy. So I'm excited to do a couple of different things with these ornaments and just toss them into my bags. I like that quick little trim, sweet stitch effect for a quick ornament. I will make sure I leave that ribbon hanger that I put on them a little long so you could hang it from a cabinet knob or a door knob, so you can put it in different places in the house. And these little stamp sets are stackables, so you can snap them together and form words. I have a couple of wooden ones that are slightly bigger that I might try with the 4-inch hoops just to see what the effect is. But it was fun to put those together, and I'm looking forward to making some more. And the hoops, I have found that you can get a huge amount of them. I think they come in bundles of 12 or 20 on Amazon, and I think it was about $12 or $9.99. It was not expensive. So I'm going to get some more because I think they're really cute. And I want some for myself now that I'm making them to throw in my Christmas boxes. I also wanted to share, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to tell myself, this is a reminder. A friend in Kentucky, Julia, hey Julia, she sent me, she saw the rolling pin video, which is the one previous to this one, and she said, I did a rolling pin, and I didn't know this, but she told me you can get these rolling pins. I think she said the Dollar General for $6. Who knew? I didn't even think to look there. But she sent me a Halloween one that she did, and it's called Halloween, like haul, your stash. And then she did also a little Halloween one in a Tim Holtz clock base that she got at Joann's on clearance. It's perfect for the little stitch. I'm going to put up the pictures that she sent right here. And aren't they cute? She stained the edges or the ends of her rolling pin with a Tim Holtz ink, which is really smart. It's a great color. And then she just simply wrapped and tied and bowed each end. I probably wouldn't have thought of that. It's a much easier thing to do than trying to stitch it to the rolling pin. But I think it's brilliant. And then a couple of you have sent some great references and resources of where I can go to look for some more patterns. And I should put those up somewhere. I think I'll have to do that some other time when my head's clearer. But Julia is in Kentucky, and she is in a group down there called the Central Kentucky Stitchers. So hi to everybody in that group. What a fun group to be in. I wish if I'm ever down that way, I could just knock on the door and say, hey, can I come? Because she's got some great Goodwills down there. And she says she's donating stuff out in the back door and coming out the front, which is what I do. When you don't have any ideas for something, go donate it and get some more stash. But she's had some great luck doing stuff down there with some of her finds. And I hope she sends me more, because those were just great to see. So that was fun. She's in Lexington, Kentucky, I should say. So I'm going to show the progress on the pumpkin. I think I need to have some lunch, though, first, because that might help clear up my head fog a bit. And I hope I don't sound like a frog today. As far as progress on decorating, I kind of stopped doing that right now because I pretty much sat like a bump on a log yesterday. But I did put up my wood village, and the tree is downstairs ready to go up. We're putting up our molded tip tree this year, and I can't remember how tall it is. I think it's a 14-footer. I will ask my husband because he got it. Last year we had 3 trees in the living room alone. It was gorgeous. It looked like a forest. And I think that this year we'll just do 1 tree. And I'm not quite sure how I'll decorate it because we have so many ornaments. Big ones go on the bottom and they're just smaller on the top. So when I start pulling out the ornaments, I will hopefully get to show you a mass amount of them. And then I'll show you, of course, the finished Christmas tree when I get them up. But to get us all in the mood, let's finish our Christmas binder. I did remember, probably because I wrote it down. Oh, here's a birthday secret. Our dog, Abby, loves her toy lobsters. She's devoured several of them. So this is a brand new one, and it squeaks. I'm also weak today. So Santa Claus has to find a nice box for that to go under the tree. Here we are with story time, Christmas patterns. I have tabbed where we left off last time. And I will show you a Christmas stitch that I've started. There's not much to see on it, but I'm excited about it. Even though I haven't finished the pumpkin, I went ahead and said, let's go. I last stopped with a lavender and lace by Victorian Designs. I really want to do that. I don't feel I deserve to start that until I get some stitches into my Earth Angel. Then I have a beautiful red work. Did I do this one? I think I did. This is a red work Noel designed by Joan Elliott by Imagining. I did do this. I hope I did do this. I'll pull it out. I have those crates of finished cross stitches that are framed and ready to hang up, and I'm sure that this is in there. But I do love the finished design of this. Now this was from 2012, if you want to try to find it. It's called Red Work Noel, and it had just one DMC color, 321. And if you do it on a 14 count, it is 8.5 by 8.5, which is just a lovely, there's not much black work in it or, you know, back stitching type of things. This was the fiddliest part, but if you just do it letter by letter, it wasn't very challenging. It was very calming. And I think she tells you how many skeins. No, she doesn't. But in my experience, if you're going to use one color, make sure you get it all from the same dye lot. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I didn't do that when I made this one. So you can tell I have two different dye lots. I didn't blend it very well. Next to that one, I have Joy of Christmas. This is the Diane Authors, also by Imagining. I have not done this one yet. This is a 2014. Of course, it's a chickadee. It's got a winter scene, absolutely adorable. Joy of Christmas by Diane Authors. I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, I know this isn't a perfect circle, but you could leave off the red and put this in a hoop, and then this space here in a hoop, you could actually add some real, what am I trying to say? Parts of some floral picks on the hoop itself to cover up that little imbalanced part of the circle. I think that would be a really sweet finish. So there's a couple of ideas for finishing this one off. I should start that. Is that a color chart? That's a black and white. I like her designs, or Imagining in general. They're larger graphs, which I find useful. I do tend to make a working copy on my copier and blow it up so I can have little boxes to highlight with my highlighter. I find that much easier. This one I think I got in Germany. Yes, I did. It is Santa Claus Eisig Linder's Kreuzstitch. Lovely motifs. Those are deer with snowflakes, mushrooms. I like the sampler, but there's just so many different things you can do. Take it apart and make little ornaments. Pillows, pillow bands, stockings. So I must have picked this up last time I was in Germany. And it even came with patterns for tracing different sizes, including the stockings. Yeah, I should do some of those too. I need to add some time to the clock. Oh, these are wonderful. This is a kit that I did. DesignWorks Crafts. This was a plastic canvas ornament kit. I went through a Victorian phase, and these were a lot of fun to do. Very intricate, lots of colors in each one, but I will have these in my cross-stitch collection of ornaments to show you. So I know I didn't gift those to anybody, I kept them. And this was from Mary Maxim, I remember that. It's a design by Joan Elliott too. So it's called, what was the actual name of this? This was back when it was made in the USA. Victorian Christmas. You might be able to find it if you search Victorian Christmas ornaments on eBay. Somebody might have it. I don't know if you want to see this. This is a very cute plastic canvas idea. I have enough yarn, I could probably pull one of these out and whip it up. I just thought it was cute. I'm partial to Santa things, and particularly crescent moons. I did this one. This is a Sue Hillis design. It's called Merry Noel. And I remember there was something wrong with the frame I had. It was either too short or too long. So I think I had to add some length somewhere. I don't remember how I did it. But this is a finished frame stitch that I will be showing when I pull out my crates of framed Christmas. These are cute, but I haven't really considered doing them because I think they're the wrong size for the spools that I have. But I can re-examine that. On the back, there's some teasers of things that I need to get. I think I did order this one because I loved all the buttons that were added to it. And that's got a very Victorian style to it. And that's really cute. That is Alphabet in White or Alphabet en Blanc. And this one, Bordier à Paris. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And then the one on the bottom, I don't see a name. Isn't that weird? So maybe that's part of Alphabet en Blanc. I don't know. But it is Sue Hillis Designs Mary Noel. I still have working copies in here. Okay, my phone's just gonna keep dinging. So excuse me while I take the phone. Sorry about that. Next in the binder is something that's an old Astor place called Yule Tides. And these are all stitched on a perforated paper. I have yet to do one. I feel bad for it because there's some really sweet patterns on there. And I think when I do one to gift to somebody special, like another stitcher, I might send along the frame that this could fit in, because it would be great to stitch one of these, give it as a Christmas card, yet they can put it in a frame and display it. I think those are really cute. Now that book, this is a very old one. There's no date on it. I really thought there would be. But it's Astor Place. And I know I got it probably on a eBay or maybe even a stash unload. Very cute. I don't think I did all of these. This is an actual chart, but I think it was from a kit. It's a Dimensions Christmas Kitties. And these were done on perforated plastic. And I'm pretty sure I did this one for my mom because she had an orange kitty at the time. I should get back into those for the tree. This is a 2002 chart or pamphlet. It's a colored chart. They list anchor and DMC. Very involved. Lots of back stitching, but really great finishes because of the detail I think that they put into those. They really popped. I even kept some thread in here, so I can't remember if I did one or two of them. I should do them again. I have a 1984 Current. This was a kit. It was a canted cross stitch Christmas card kit. I do remember doing the ornaments. Now those have to be done on like an Ada. And I think they did an 18 count if I remember. What I love about these little motifs is they're great as tiny little framed ornaments or cards. I have the ability to use a die cut to make a cut in some cards to have that opening. I do remember doing this one. I didn't take a lot of time. I should probably pull those out and make some for my Christmas card collection. I like revisiting these things. Oh, this is an embarrassment. At the end of this binder, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different designs by Solaria Gallery. The designer is Stoyanka Ivanova. Fabergé ornaments. I haven't done any of these. I don't remember where I collected them from, but I do remember when I did see them, I bought a whole bunch of different designs. Absolutely elegant. And I think I got them so I can do them on perforated paper or a perforated plastic. So I have 2 red Fabergé ones. And then I have a yellow, another red, another 2 more reds. So here's the yellow. So Solaria Gallery. They're so old. I don't know if you can still get these, but there is www.solaria-gallery.com, and Solaria is Solaria. I think with the right colors, like the one she designed these with, they're really going to be brilliant. The last one in that collection is, no, it's not the last one. It's a collection of 5. So here's another one. This is red Fabergé Christmas ornaments with silver flowers. So they're all a little different in the actual finishes. Absolutely beautiful. Now when I open it up, it's a thick collection of stuff. So they're DMC colors. If you do one on a 14 count, they're only a 4.8 by 6.8. So if I did a 22 count, it's a 3 by 4 by 3. It's probably going to be something I do on a smaller counted fabric. There is a black and white chart along with a colored, larger design in here for each of the 3 in her design packet. It's beautifully put together. And that could be that I just bought 1 or 2 and then decided to go back and buy all of them that I could be interested in. And here's a dimensions kit that I did. This was called Believe. And this was, I don't have a date on this, but this is an older kit that I did. I do have this framed. It looks like wrapping paper, and I really liked how the shading came out on this. They did a really nice job in the design. And I can't remember what color frame I put it in. We'll see that when I pull out my crates to decorate with, which will be very soon, maybe in the next video. And last but not least in this binder, I think I did this one too, but I don't think it's framed yet. This is an Ursula Michael by Imagining, who just printed this out. Peace Snowflakes. The colors in here are just gorgeous. And this was a 2014 Ursula Michaels Peace Snowflakes. That would make a nice pillow, but also a nice frame piece too. And I do like that I could do the snowflakes individually. There's a pink tag on this one, so I wonder if it was something I was going to do next and didn't get around to. So that's it for this Christmas Bible. That was fun. I am going to put it away on my shelf because I started another small Christmas design that I purchased recently from Etsy. And it is Festive Cardinal by Pigeon Coop. And this one, I think I've shown you before, but I've actually kitted it up and started it. It looks very Charlie Harper-esque. And I thought this to be a fast and sweet little stitch to do for Christmas. And I have so many hoops. I think it would be nice to do this in a little hoop design. And I think I've got these tiny little biscuits that you can actually stand the hoop up on a table. I haven't gotten very far. I only just started it. But I do have the head and part of a wing done. So now I'll do his face and beak next, I think. And then continue on to this wing and then do the fill in the rest. And I'm doing this on a 16 count, it looks like. I have to go look at my notes, but I'm pretty sure it's a 16 count oatmeal. Maybe there's a note in here. Yep, 16 count Fiddler's Ada. I haven't picked the hoop out yet, so maybe I read the directions and decided that that's what it would be. When I printed this out from Etsy, this is Pigeon Coop on Etsy. I think I got a couple of other ones, but she has a black and white chart, a colored chart, and it's nice and large, so I don't think I need to print out anything to do a working copy. It's pretty easy stitching, so I don't think I need to highlight, but it's got DMC, the number of stitches. It's just very well designed and all the information that you might be curious about. Number of stitches, 310. Oh, for back stitch. I don't see any back stitches. Maybe I didn't oh, the beak is back stitched and it's just one area. So this will be fun to do in front of the TV when I start feeling a little more human. Now I'm gonna go get my pumpkin and show you the progress of my pumpkin. And that's the Mill Hill kit that I started, I think, in video 26. So this is pretty bad that it took so long. What I'm going to do is do a little setup too on how I'm doing my beads. So you'll be seeing my messy desktop here, and I'll show you how I'm cross stitching some of the beads and doing half stitches with some of the beads, because that's what the chart calls for. And that'll be fun. Oh, another Happy Mail purchase I should show you. Move my little ornaments here. I made a purchase. It had to be ordered because she didn't have it in stock or ran out. I got 18 count Ada, Dirty Ada. I'm splitting this with my friend Lori. Look at all this. This is a whole yard. Yes, it's a whole yard. So this is a fantastic color. It's called Dirty. It's just like a brown paper bag color. I think this is going to be great for prairie schooler stitches, particularly, where did I put this guy? I think he'll look really good on this. I think that'll really help the white pop. And there's a cute little stitched border in here too that almost goes, well, it does go all the way around. So that'll be a nice finish. So I need to get busy with that because I know poor Lori would like to get her hands on some of that. Fortunately, she's got a project that she's working on right now. So I had to figure out what half of that was and half of that will cost. But I'm so happy I got that in the mail. Thanks, Patty. Thanks, Ursula. Up at Lakeside Stitches in Greenville, Maine. So that's fun stuff to get. I even got a cute little thank you note in here from Ursula. Things I save that I don't need to, but I do enjoy getting little notes in my mail. Okay, I'm going to take a little pause, set up my station to show you the beadwork. And then we'll probably find some other things to show you too. Now, I'd said in video 26 was when I started this Mill Hill kit. And it's called Enchanted Pumpkin. And I've come a long way. What you do is you do all the cross stitch first on these kits, and then you start adding the beads. Get this on the back. So you can see I've taken it off of the stretch bar system that I had, because I found the stretch bar didn't allow me to get too close to the actual edge of the border here. And it's now being done freehand, and that's fine. I don't know if we can really show. You can see there's some black beads that have been added. There are some spots where the black beads will go on this half of the pumpkin. And then you can tell there are some green and then some purple highlight beads that are being added in amongst the orange stitches. So there is some purple here, some green beads I'll add around here. Those are half cross stitches. But I'm going to show you how I cross stitch the beads onto the pumpkin. Those are the tiniest ones. Those are the petite seed beads. They're a challenge. And then I'll show you how I do the half stitch beads, which are the purple and the green ones. Much easier. What's nice about this is that I can use just the black thread. And it does tell you in the chart on our key, stitch key here, that you are going to attach these beads. These are the bead colors. And it tells you 2 strands. And it does say black, black, black. They're all attached with 2 strands of black, which is great. And it'll tell you if it's a cross stitch or a half cross stitch. So you can see the first 2 are listed as half cross stitches and the last one is a cross stitch. So I will switch views here. We'll start working with my little setup here and see how this filming goes. So I just tried to do some filming of my beadwork. I cannot get the right angle, so I'm gonna have to go downstairs and beg my husband to help me film this. After I carried everything up and all the beads upstairs, it's not going to show in a video unless I have him filming over my shoulder. So we'll try to do that. I did want to share something with you guys though before I haul everything back downstairs. I don't know where it is, I have to go look for it. I had a rough Sunday. I went to go look for a frame to put the House of Galliana on it because I want to set up my Christmas stitching, and that's one thing I want to start this season. I discovered a cross stitch of my dad's. I'm gonna go get it. So I found this cross stitch on a stand frame, maybe a lap stand or a table stand frame. And it's almost complete. It's a dimensions kit called Live Life in the Moment. For whatever reason, I can't find the picture part of the actual kit, and I can't find the threads. Now this was in a pillowcase. And I like to think that I was very careful in packaging up his cross stitch. But I kind of got upset because now I don't know where the rest of the chart is. I do have the working chart, so I think I can finish it. And it looks like all he needed to do was the back stitch. I really have to finish this But I think I just got a little upset looking at this and knowing that I lost some parts. And I think after I had to take it downstairs and study it. And I also have to get the energy to put into this because I did a lot of finishes after I lost him that he had started. But this I just got upset about Sunday. It looks like it's just the word moment that's left. So I have to double check. And of course, his idea of highlighting the working graph, maybe this is, yeah, this is his copy. It's a mess. He used a metallic pen and not a highlighter, so he's closed off symbols and I can't read underneath the metallic ink. But if I could get this done, I know I have a frame. And it appears that that's where he stopped and almost finished it. Because if he was doing the back stitching, I'd like to think that that was what was left. But he was also known for doing back stitching as he went. Because that makes sense to me too. It looks like life needs to be back stitched. Maybe it isn't. So there's a lot of work I need to do in sitting and researching this, and sometimes it's just too painful. But I've got to start working on this. This is a 2011 Dimensions kit. And once I get it done, I will feel really good about it. It's just one of many half-finished things. I have another large kitted thing up at camp that I have to finish as well. So there's just stuff everywhere. And I wonder too if for some reason it got separated and is with another kit. Mystery to solve. Anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs and beg my sweet husband to do some filming with me. Let's hope he's not busy, because he is somebody who works from home. It's almost 3. Maybe I can tempt him with a cup of tea and see if he'll help me. I think it's probably just 10 minutes I need to show you guys how to do this. So stay tuned. Okay, hopefully I have some light here. I'm going to show the half cross stitch beads first. Those are the seed beads. So you have to be sure that you do these beads in the same direction each time so they're not skewed in different directions. So I've chosen to come up in the upper left-hand corner of a square and go down into the lower right. I'm working on the green. And this has told me in the key to use 2 strands of thread to put on that seed bead. So I've used that little beading needle. I've got it on the strand, and I'm going to go down that other corner here. And I'm happy how that is. So I got 3, 2, 1, and it looks like I have one more in this little square. Let me check my chart. Yep. So I'm going to string another seed bead. Shorten my tail there. And I'm going to go down into that lower right corner of the square. And that's lined up well. Now these bottom 3, let's see what it says. Yep, so I'm going to do 3 more green on the bottom, and then 2 and then 1. So let's go ahead and complete that. I have to come up the lower right corner to go into the upper left. Now I can come up the upper left corner to go down into the lower right. It does go pretty quickly once you get the rhythm going. So this will complete that bottom 3. And I've got 2 and 1, and then you'll be able to see the leaf outline really begin to show. Come on. Ow! Don't stick your fingers, especially with a beading needle. So now I have that nice little outline of the leaf here. Now it looks like that's 2 and 2 and 2, and that is a different colored bead. That is going to be the purple. Yeah, the matte wisteria. And that actually goes 2, 2, 2, and 2 all the way around. I wanted to actually go up here and show you some cross stitch of some of the black petite beads. So we're going to skip this other leaf and wisteria part. I will flip this over. Let's see which direction I'm going in. I have just enough thread to show you those cross-stitched beads. Shorten my tail. So I'm going to work on these first 2 little beads here. And these are the cross-stitched ones. And look how much tinier those beads are. Those black beads are really, really tiny. So I've got one on the thread. I'm going to go down the lower right. And now it's just laying as a half cross stitch on the paper. So I'm going to come up the lower left, put the needle down in the same direction I did my first stitch in, twist it, and go down the upper right corner. And now it is on the paper in an up and down space rather than a half stitch. So I'm going to repeat that with the next little petite seed bead. So I've got a bead on there. Here I'm going from the upper left corner to lower right, coming up in the lower left corner. And then I'm going to go with the needle the same direction my first stitch was, twist, and go down the upper right corner of that square, and the bead is up and down. So you get the pattern going in your head, but now you can see how when they say a full cross stitch, that's how you would complete that X. And then you just pull it just a little bit, not too tight, but you can feel that tension on the back of the paper, and you know it's going to be secure. Ooh, I dropped a bead. Let's get the runaway. So tiny. And 2 more beads. Hubby was busy, so I figured out how to set up my camera. Maybe my head's a little bit clearer than I thought. Going here, twisting, and down that new hole. Upper left. Stringing a bead. Down into the lower right corner. Up the lower left corner, twisting the bead, upper right corner, So it's really got a nice effect. Really covers the holes. So it looks like I just have two other black beads here. And then this little semi segment of pumpkin will be done. And then I just have these two. So if we're lucky, guys, I will have this framed for the next video. Hopefully you found this useful to see how I attack a mill hill project. I would encourage you to try a mill hill. They're lots of fun. When they're done, they're stunning. It is time consuming, so you do have to have the patience and give yourself time to just play with it and enjoy. I did end up poking my finger pretty good. Not nice. Well, I just wanted to say, have a great rest of your week. Happy crafting. Have a great time stitching. Be safe.